Hello, my name is Monique Altheim. I used to practice law in Europe and now I practice law in New York. I also happen to be crazy about technology. I am talking today to Frederick Gyebi-Ababio, who joined me all the way from Prague in the Czech Republic. Fred is the founder of the LTEC Europe Congress. This international conference will be held in Prague on November 12. The LTEC Europe Congress is a conference about electronic evidence, computer forensics, and legal technology. For full disclosure purposes, I have to reveal that I will be participating in this conference as a speaker and moderator, and that I am also on the advisory board. Hi, Fred.
Good afternoon, Monique.
How is life in Prague today?
Prague is wonderful. We have excellent weather. The weather is currently about 16 degrees centigrade, and we're really looking forward to the weather staying the same this November. We've got wonderful architecture and there are many nice places to see in Prague. So we're hoping that delegates who arrive in November would really enjoy themselves.
Sounds good. I understand that the LTEC Europe Congress is the first conference of its kind in Central and Eastern Europe. How did you come up with the idea of organizing the LTEC Europe Congress in Prague?
It's actually quite interesting because we had many conversations with law firms and with major consulting firms, and what we realized was that there's a real need for legal technology development in terms of thought leadership, as well as business opportunities and education. So that is why we came up with the idea.
And what do you expect to achieve with the LTEC Europe Congress?
We've got huge expectations for LTEC Europe Congress. We really want this Congress to be to represent the central hub within Europe. We're looking for it to be the first in a series of events. We're looking for high delegate numbers, and we're trying to get as many professionals involved as possible. We really want LTEC Europe Congress to be a game changer in Central and Eastern Europe.
Fred, can you tell me a bit about the 3 separate tracks that the LTEC Europe Congress will offer?
We've got 3 very interesting but different tracks in this conference. We've got the first track is electronic evidence, the second track is computer forensics, and the third track is legal technologies. Within the first track, which is electronic evidence, we're looking at how requests for e-discovery across borders has an impact on privacy and data protection. We're also looking at comparisons between civil and common law environments. We're looking at issues to do with technology-assisted review. We're looking at issues to do with social media and cloud computing and how that has affected the way evidence is collected. In terms of the second track, which is computer forensics, we're looking at really the integrity of computer forensic evidence and how that is presented in court. We're looking at also how there's so much data around, looking at the challenges that are involved in collecting data with that in mind. We're also looking at issues around the links between electronic evidence and alternative dispute resolution. The third track is actually separate but still very interesting. We're looking at really how law firms use technology and how technology can be used to really enhance the services that they provide. So all 3 tracks are really very, very interesting, and we hope that the delegates would be edified after the event.
So Fred, if I understand correctly, the LTEC Europe Congress covers such a wide array of legal fields that it could be of interest to litigators, lit support, vendors, in-house counsel, as well as police, prosecutors, judges, data protection authorities, privacy professionals, forensics experts, InfoSec professionals, IT professionals, and even more. Am I right?
That's perfectly correct. we see electronic evidence has been an area that covers most of our lives in terms of private lives as well as professional lives, and that is why really we're appealing to a lot of different professions, because we feel electronic evidence really goes across the board, and most people use electronic devices now. A lot of 90% of communication is electronic. And that is really why we feel that we should attract more professionals.
And now, as a bonus for the people who have been watching this interview this far, I'm going to ask for some inside information. How is registration going? From which countries do you see the most registrations? And what industries are represented? Could you tell us a little bit about that, Fred?
Yes, indeed. We're very excited about registration. There's a huge interest in the conference, again, from the private sector and the public sector. Currently, we've got registration from the Czech Republic, we've got registration from UK, Germany, Poland, the Netherlands, United Arab Emirates, Russia, and really as far back as Burkina Faso in Africa and Pakistan. In terms of sectors, we've got delegates from the legal services, auditors, forensic investigators, technology services, academia, public sector, telecoms, and police. So really there's a wide array of professionals that are involved in this conference.
Fred, this sounds very, very promising. I'm confident that the LTEC Europe Congress will be a smashing success. Thank you, Fred, for joining me on this interview today. Have a nice day and see you soon in Prague. Na shledanou.
Na shledanou.